So what does it really take to build something that can, literally save your life? Today, we're going to go inside a modern storm shelter and break down its anatomy. And we're going to do it through a real world story, a real test of, well, not fire, but wind. We'll look at the engineering, the philosophy, and the trust that turns a simple steel box into a genuine vessel for survival.
14 people. All survived fine. Now, that's not just some marketing slogan. That's a statement from someone who's been to the other side of a total disaster. And that's really the heart of our story today. What happens when some seriously meticulous design goes up against the raw, unbelievable power of nature? And, the big question, how do people walk away from that completely unharmed?
This is where it all happened. Vilonia, Arkansas. April of 2014. A truly devastating tornado was heading straight for this town, and it was about to put every single building and every person inside to the ultimate test. But here's the heartbreaking reality of that day. While those 14 people in that one shelter survived, 16 of their neighbors in the very same town did not. It is the starkest reminder you can possibly get of what's at stake and the life-or-death difference that the right preparation can make. So who was behind the shelter that saved those 14 lives? Well, to really understand the product, you first have to get the philosophy of the people who made it, Cozy Caverns, because their whole approach is built on something they believe is just as strong as steel: trust. And this is their guiding principle. It's a real old-school motto that honestly speaks volumes in an age of automation and outsourcing. This isn't about mass production. It's about a hands-on, unwavering commitment to quality, because they know exactly what's on the line. And you can really see that motto in everything they do. For starters, they're the oldest shelter company in Arkansas. They handcraft every single unit. We're talking no robot welders here. They're also incredibly transparent. They list their prices right on their website, and get this, they make a promise to never, ever raise them after a disaster strikes. Now, that's not just good business. That's how you build a rock-solid reputation for trust. Okay, so we've got the philosophy down. Now, let's get our hands dirty and dig into the product itself. We're going to break down the anatomy of this cavern and see how every single engineering choice is made for just one purpose: survival. So, the most fundamental choice they make is the material itself. Why build with steel? Why not concrete or fiberglass? You see those around too, right? Well, as you'll see, the answer to that question reveals a much deeper strategy for long-term safety. The thing about steel is its benefits go way beyond just raw strength. It's actually flexible enough to handle the ground shifting with the seasons, which is something that can crack rigid concrete or fiberglass over time. But check this out. It also creates what's called a Faraday effect, basically turning the shelter into a shield against lightning or even an EMP. And on top of all that, it's versatile. People use these as a secure bunker, a fireproof safe, you name it. Even the smaller design details are incredibly intentional. You see that domed roof? Yeah, that's not for looks. It adds an incredible amount of structural strength. The staircase is offset, which is a clever way to maximize the space inside. And then you've got these thoughtful features like bench seating, a handrail, and anti-slip tape. It just shows they're really thinking about the human experience during what's got to be a super stressful event. All right, let's talk numbers, because this is where strength becomes really tangible. The hull is made of thick 12-gauge steel. The floor is even tougher, 10-gauge steel, reinforced with heavy C-channel bracing. And remember, with steel gauge, it's kind of counterintuitive. The lower the number, the thicker and stronger the steel is. All of this gets secured by a 3-point locking system. These aren't just specs on a page. They are specific measures of strength you can absolutely count on. And this super robust design is scalable. So whether it's for a small family of 6 or a larger group of, say, 28, the exact same principles of strength and safety apply across the board. Okay, so engineering specs and cool design features are one thing, but the ultimate question is always, does it actually work? And that brings us right back to Vilonia and the ultimate real-world test. This right here, this is the ultimate validation. It's one thing to pass some test in a lab. It's another thing entirely to be real EF5 proven. This shelter withstood the most powerful category of tornado there is, in a real event with real lives on the line. That is a test you just can't fake. And that real-world proof really resonates, far beyond Tornado Alley. Here's a customer from California, and he just distills the whole formula perfectly. A quality build plus great service equals peace of mind. It's that confidence you get from knowing that no corners were cut. None.
Here's another one from a customer in Michigan who highlights another huge pillar of trust. The product is exactly what the website claims it is. No bait and switch, it's just the simple, honest act of delivering on a promise.
And a local customer from right there in Arkansas emphasizes the whole process, from the first phone call all the way to what he called the scientific precision of the final installation. And the result? A profound sense of security that's become absolutely essential to their home. So as we start to wrap this up, it's pretty clear this is about so much more than just a steel box. It's about a whole promise of safety, one that's built on a foundation of real human service and hard-earned trust. Their approach to customer service really drives this home. You don't deal with pushy salespeople. You speak directly with the owners. You don't just get some one-size-fits-all box. You get a shelter that's custom-built for your property. It's a personal, respectful process from start to finish. And that personal process has built a reputation that has spread all across the country. We're talking customers in over 21 states, from Florida all the way to Washington, who have sought out this specific company in Arkansas. I mean, that kind of reach doesn't happen by accident. It's earned. In the end, it really boils down to 3 pillars: excellence, affordability, and trust. It's a simple promise to deliver on quality, value, and a reputation that has been proven by the ultimate test. Which, of course, brings us to the final question. When you combine proven engineering, a true craftsman's philosophy, and actual life-saving results, you're not just buying a product. You're investing in security. You're investing in peace of mind. So the real question is, what is that truly worth?